Here's something that nobody ever talks about. The real reason you keep seeing enemies everywhere. Enemies at work, enemies in politics, enemies in your own family. People who just don't get it. People who threaten everything you believe in. And here's what's crazy. You already know that fighting them never brings you peace. You've been there. You win the arguments. 2 days later, you're arguing with someone else. You prove them wrong, and suddenly there's someone else who needs to be corrected. So why does this keep happening? Because division isn't about who they are. Division reflects who you believe you're not. I'm Dr. Herman L. King, and this is the Divine Reset, a 10-week journey from human limitation to divine consciousness. Today, we're moving from us versus them to we are one. And I promise you, this isn't about tolerance or becoming a better person. This is about remembering who you truly are and dissolving the us versus them mentality at its root. And here's what I mean. When you create us versus them, you're not just dividing the world. You're dividing your own consciousness. Let me show you how this works. Think about someone you currently see as your opponent, a rival, someone on the other side. Notice what happens in your body when you think about them. Tension, defensiveness, maybe anger or fear. That reaction isn't about them, it's about the parts of yourself that you haven't yet integrated. Here's the pattern. When you judge them as greedy, you're rejecting your own relationship with abundance or abundance. Viewing them as controlling means you're ignoring your own desire to influence. When you label them as ignorant, you're avoiding your own uncertainty. The enemy you are fighting is always a mirror. Now, when you act from human consciousness, believing that you are a separate, isolated, and vulnerable individual, division is unavoidable, because if you are merely a human being, then you are separate. You do need to protect yourself. You must defend against the other. Division isn't irrational. Division makes perfect sense if you believe you're only human. But here's the shift you need to know about. You are more than just human. You are divine consciousness, experiencing life as a human. The I am within you is not a metaphor or a form of positive thinking. That is who you truly are. And divine consciousness is already whole, unified, and infinite. So when you remember and embrace the I am, you shift from a human identity to a divine one. Seeing enemies become impossible. Not because you are making an extra effort to be loving, but because you are acting from a consciousness that's already knows that there is no other. Do you remember when I told you about the I am you methodology in episode 1? The method has 3 shifts: recognition, remembrance, and response. Let me show you how they can be applied to today's topic. First shift, recognition. You recognize that the division you're feeling isn't coming from your true self. It originates from the human identity you've been conditioned to believe is you. When you feel that pull toward us versus them, don't shame it. Don't fight it. You just recognize that's human consciousness speaking. That's not the I am. Second shift, remembering. You consciously remember your divine identity, not merely as a concept, but as an experience. You pause, you breathe, you say out loud or silently, I am you, you are I am. There is no separation. And you feel that truth in your entire body. Third shift, response. From the I am consciousness, you respond to the world. And here's what's truly miraculous. Seeing unity feels natural because when you know you are already whole, separation becomes impossible. You're not tolerating differences. You're recognizing sameness. Not because you have more compassion or understanding, but because you are oneness itself. Let me tell you about David. David approached me some time ago. He was a community leader with strong convictions, and he was exhausted from constant conflicts. Every conversation became a debate. Every difference became a threat. His relationships were battlegrounds. It's a typical us versus them mentality. I asked him, as I've asked others, and even asked myself, who are you when you see them as the enemy? I asked David to practice the 3 shifts for 8 weeks. Recognition. The need to always be right. That's human consciousness. Remembering, I am you. There is no separation. And response, acting from that divine identity. Within time, David called me one morning and said, I had coffee with my biggest opponent and I saw myself. Not metaphorically, I literally saw myself sitting across from me, and something happened within me. I suddenly remembered my true identity. Today, David's community work has transformed, not because he stopped having convictions, but because he stopped operating from the consciousness of separation. When you transition from human division to divine unity, the infinite I am responds. So here are 3 practices you need to do this week. Practice 1, the division recognition exercise. Every time you feel that pull toward us versus them, pause. Don't judge it. Just recognize it. Tell yourself, that's human consciousness. That's not I am. Practice 2. The I am you remembrance ritual. Once a day, preferably in the morning. Gently place your hand over your heart, feeling the warmth and connection within. Say out loud, I am you. You are I am. There is no division. Personally, I do this every morning and I'm reminded of it. Feel the truth of those words deep in your body. Practice 3. One act of divine recognition. This week, choose one person you see as different or opposed to you. Before your next interaction, remember, I am you. Then engage them from that consciousness. Observe the changes that occur. This is the Divine Reset, episode 3 of 10. Next Sunday, we're tackling power and control, and I'll show you why trying to control everything is actually keeping you powerless. If you're looking to dive deeper, exploring the personal reflection questions, daily integration practices, and genuine transformation work, you're in the right place. Join the Divine Reset email community. The link, of course, is in the description below. It's completely free. Every Tuesday, after each episode drops, you'll receive an email with 3 reflection questions tailored specifically for that week's theme. Daily practices to embody transformation and insights you can't find anywhere else. This isn't only about watching videos. This is about discovering and embracing your true self. Just click the link to join the community. And if this episode resonated with you, if you felt that shift from us versus them to we are one, drop a comment below. Who's the one person you're going to practice I am you with this week? Here's a bonus. Come back and tell me what happened, okay? When you tried it. Now, I read every comment and I respond. Remember, you are not a separate human seeking to become unified. You are divine consciousness remembering itself. I am you. You are I am. See you next Sunday.